Hello, colors, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with Raphinha, as it has been reported that Newcastle United Bayern are still active in the pursuit of the 26-year-old Barcelona star. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then, secondly, talking about Franck Kessié, as it has been reported that Franck Kessié gives the green light and have accepted that he wants to leave if Barca need him to leave. We are also going to be discussing on that huge report. So guys, as we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. It is audacious to assume that a club would part ways with a player who made 14 goal contributions in La Liga over the past seasons, let alone in his first year at the club. Yet, such is the situation at FC Barcelona. The Catalans are under a mountain of pressure now to offload players this summer and have no choice but to take such harsh decisions. Raphinha was a stellar for Xavi Hernandez's side in his first season in Spain and was the reason behind so many match-winning goals that eventually led them to the La Liga title. This month, he could be on his way out of the club if recent reports are to be believed. According to a new report from Sport, Newcastle United and Bayern Munich are still interested in the Brazilian international, Raphinha. The English side, who have qualified for next season's UEFA Champions League, Newcastle, are leading the race as things stand. Newcastle United have inquired about the winger's availability several times over the past month, but Barcelona stalled the talks and asked for time, hoping to facilitate other transfers. Complications in Ansu Fati, Ferran Torres and Franck Kessié's move, however, have reopened the door for Premier League side after all. Barcelona need to make sales of that at least 100 million euros over the next 3 weeks, and the Brazilian is one of their highest rated players. João Laporta, in theory, is willing to sanction Raphinha's sale if any offer over 80 million euros arrive, for it would assure a profit for the club. Xavi Hernandez wants to continue working with the winger at all costs, especially given that Lionel Messi's arrival did not materialize. Raphinha, for his part, has no intention of leaving either, and it will be up to both Newcastle United and the Barca administration to convince him. Of course, it has been a week of speculations, rumors, as you would expect, as the transfer window is looming around the corner. Barca are trying their best to ensure that they put the round pegs in the round holes and the square pegs in the square holes. Raphinha has been one of those players where I think have been doing well in his first season, even though there are some games that he have been criticized harshly. And when Dembele was out for about 4 months, I think Raphinha stepped up the game and also performed well in some games, giving us some match-winning goals. Like, for instance, the game against Athletic Club. There are certain games that Raphinha also step up and he helps the team, especially when Lewandowski is completely out of form. Like, Raphinha can just shoot the ball and score a goal, and he gives assists. So he's that creative player as well. And definitely, to be honest, selling Raphinha will be a very harsh decision. And honestly, the financial issues of Barca is so worrying. It's really, really worrying. Like, if they had to sign Messi and Messi failed to come on the last day when Messi said he will go to Inter Miami, the space that Barca were already trying to prepare, which is really large enough, considering that Messi could have been the highest paid player, even though just 1 million above Lewandowski. But I don't see why there should be worry of maybe player sales, or let me say player purchase will be there will be a big problem there. Honestly, where they must sell a top player before they can, like, for instance, if they sell this guy like Raphinha for 80 million, which I think he has been doing well, going for another player, like, seriously, there's a lot that needs to be decided, and decided in a good way. because right now it is quite unfortunate that um, there are some harsh decisions that must be taken, whether we like it or not. There are some harsh decisions that must be taken for the club to go to the glory days of the past. And it takes time. It takes time. We won La Liga, but it's not enough. Of course, we are happy that we won the league for the first time in 4 years. And of course, they need to do things that we are going into next season with some good hope, and of course knowing that the team will be better than the one last time out. Raphinha's sell will be a very harsh way, but Xavi, even though Xavi have said he does count on Raphinha next season, but at the end, the person who make the last laugh is Laporta. If the board administration thinks that it is necessary to sell him considering the account or the finances of the club, then they will do so. They have to do so, but I think it would be a very harsh way to do it. I think Raphinha, after just one season going out, would be a very harsh decision. So let's see how it goes in the coming weeks. Then on to the final story of discussion. Franck Kessié is one of the long list of players in contention to depart Barca in the upcoming summer, although the former AC Milan player has enjoyed a significant better second half of the season. He is still running the risk of being sold as part of Barca's plan to reduce the overall salary mass of the entire squad. According to a recent report from Dario AS, Franck Kessié has in fact given Barca the go-ahead to leave the club ahead of new season. Barcelona have received interesting offers for the player and would strongly consider the proposal in the coming weeks. This comes shortly after Franck Kessié's agent had reportedly denied rumors that suggested how the player has given green light to leave. Nevertheless, FC Barca have been actively involved in their bid to offload the midfielder over the past few months. Franck Kessié's departure, after all, could go a long way in freeing up more space in the midfield unit, allowing them to sign a new player in that position in June. After missing out on Messi, Barca have changed their priorities in the market and they are looking to add more depth to the squad. They have successfully registered the contract of Xavi, but the club still require considerable reinforcements in the middle of the park, especially if Franck Kessié leaves the club. Barca would require a new midfielder that can operate as long-term replacement for Busquets. Ilkay Gundogan has emerged as a target, but there are doubts about whether the German will want to leave the Etihad this summer. Gundogan's contract at City expires at the end of the season, but with Man City keen on renewing his contract, Barca must sanction Kessie's sale as soon as possible and plan a comprehensive approach to sign the German international ahead of new season. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.